Hi everyone, and welcome to Anna's Spiritual World. I hope you have as much fun with me today as I will with you. Today's video is all about saying goodbye to say hello, and hopefully you will learn some pointers and some tips that are going to be useful in your journey. This is not an easy road, but you're going to be better for it. Goodbye people, place or thing. To get the benefit from this video, you're probably going to need a notepad and pen and be able to pause and read. It's probably a good time to start a journal so that you can look back and see how far you've come. Once you've woken up to your power and on the flip side your shadow, you're probably going to feel a bit uncomfortable or disgusted with the things that you put up with and tolerated in your life from others, and you're going to be upset with yourself because you were seeking approval so that you could feel validated or feel loved, or maybe just so that you were seen because maybe in your childhood you wasn't. I need you to understand that these are all unconscious behaviours and that you must not start to dislike yourself even more because of the things that you've done in the past. Right now, that was then, this is now, we are letting go. Remember, we're here because we're saying goodbye to say hello. So in this case, it's hello to a new you. Here we have the vibrational chart. It speaks for itself. I don't have to say too much here. Obviously from the bottom, 20 frequency is the very bottom, and 700 plus enlightenment is the top. However you're currently feeling right now, that will let you know what frequency you're vibrating off of. The aim here is to raise your vibration, but it is not to raise it and then keep dropping down. So raise it in a realistic way where you're not frittering from up, down, up, down. Try to just rise up and stay up. So take your time and do it realistically. When saying goodbye to the old you, it takes a lot for other people to shift with that, and some of them don't come. Most of them don't come because you'll realize that they were only satisfied with you because of the persona you that they liked, because they were able to manipulate you or put you in a box or a category that fitted them. So right now, someone you once helped out, they will be telling people that you're a bad person, and it's because they can't get you to do the things you used to do. They can't have you in the way that they did, and that's okay. Learn to become all right with that. Do not start to justify yourself why they let people think what they want, because the new attitude and the new you is you just don't care. You spent enough time caring and enough time trying to be what everybody else has needed you to be, that it's all about you now, selfish, so you don't care. These are 8 things to give up. Go through them, write them down, discuss them with yourself, and learn the opposites. Whatever the opposites of these 8 things are that you're giving up, learn to start doing the opposite. It will train your brain for positive affirmations and positive behaviors in your life. So for example, where you keep doubting yourself, you now big yourself up. Tell yourself you can do it. If you need to make a decision, and normally that will take you a long time, or you have to phone 3 or 4 people to help you make the decision, just know that, right, is it going to be blue or is it going to be green? I think, okay, green it is. Green please, thank you, and that's it, done. Okay, once you do that a few times, that's in you. Sharp shooter. For the stubborn ones and the ones that really hang on and take a really long time to say goodbye, what happens is when you've really been through the trenches and you can't take any more, you know, your house has burnt down, you've lost everything, you're broke, you're a nervous wreck, you're gonna finally say, I told God one day that I'm done. He replied, good, now I can begin. You got to let go of control. You've got to know that your story has already been written, and as much as you have free will and you want to be able to call the shots and steer your life into the direction you want it to go in, what you have to remember is the universe has got you. Learn to trust and believe in the universe, okay? God, the universe, the divine spirit is in control. Saying goodbye to this matrix system is one of the best things you can ever do, because this quote is right. It was created to keep you dumb, sick and tired. You're so busy you don't even notice. And what are you busy with? The things that you are giving all of your time to, do they benefit you? Is it building you a business? Is it giving you good health? Are you spending good money to go and have a massage and a relaxology therapy? Like, you have to make it work for you. So put your energy and your time now into yourself, because if you put it into a 9 to 5, making other people rich, if you're putting too much of it into your children, giving them everything, if you're doing too much for other people, not enough for yourself, then you know what direction you're going to be going in. So don't be at the end of this sentence where it says you don't even notice. You notice. Wake up, open your eyes and see what's going on. This for me right here is learn to say no. Are you sick and tired? Tired and sick and tired, and that's on repeat? Well, if you want to have change, you've got to change something. So change is coming. Everything in your life now will begin to propel forward. You will notice a shift from stagnation to flow, from lack to abundance, from confusion to clarity, from pain to peace. This is the turning point, but you have to be focused, stay on this track, and almost just like fake it till you make it. So don't go around telling lies, but even when you know what it is that you want to achieve, just be that energy, embody that lifestyle, that person, just be the change that you want to see, and that's how you'll attract it. That's how vibrations work. If the change vibration is high and you are embodying and giving the action towards that, it will pick you up. It will just pick you up because it's attracted to you. Okay, so change is coming. Okay, so this quote by Napoleon Hill, read it. Very powerful. How I sum it up, it's like turning your mess into a message. It's like when you've gone through something so bad and you don't think it can get any worse, but after the crisis comes the calm, and then you realise, oh my gosh, I went through this because I'm supposed to be a blah blah blah. And that's why it's important to forgive the bad things we've been through in our life, because there is always a golden nugget waiting for us at the end of it. So make peace with the things that's brought you the most pain, because that is going to give you the most pleasure. If you see it for what it is, take the opportunity out of it and utilize it right, it will work for your benefit. Some people can't see a way through to say goodbye, to say hello to new opportunities, more life benefits. They just can't. So this part of the video, I would just like to say choose life, because raising suicide awareness and how we can prevent it. I've had 3 of my good friends now take their life, and I never saw it come in. It knocked me for 6, and you have those feelings and those thoughts of, why didn't they come to me? Why didn't they let me know they were struggling? But they can't. They already feel like a burden, I suppose. They don't want to put their stress or worries onto us. But I say, if you can say goodbye to anything that may be blocking you, get help, speak to a professional or somebody you can trust that will always tell you things for the best benefit of you, then I say do it, because saying goodbye is a chapter of an end of an era. For me, it is just it's like shedding of the old skin. And if I could get through to people who feel really low within themselves and know that they can change, you can shed your skin from how you feel about yourself and what you think others feel about you, because really, I don't care what people think about me. It's none of my business. I say that in every one of my videos, and I want this mindset to spread. Like, I want everyone to just not care what other people think about them. It's none of your business. So please, this section of the video, I'm dedicating it to my friend Tyrone Dublin, who he said goodbye, but he said goodbye to us all. I know we'll meet again, but I do miss you, Ty. Your energy is what makes others fall in love with you, how you make them feel. It is not your physique, your money, or your profession that makes you magnetic. When we were born, we came in with these wonderful gifts. And as we grow older in this world, people who get to know us find out what these gifts are, and they can try to exploit us. We have to keep ourselves sacred, share ourselves as much as we possibly can within our limits and boundaries, but we are not supposed to allow people to take advantage of us. So raising our self-esteem and our sense of self-worth helps to protect this, okay? So what that would say is anybody who is liking you for your physique, your money, your profession, that is not a genuine person, and that is not for you. What makes you unforgettable is how you transform the hearts of those around you with your mere presence. That is your energy. That is your power. People sometimes will have you think that this is nothing, and they won't ever tell you how much light you radiate into their world. So you have to be able to be discerning to know that you give as much as you can, but not everything. Your presence is glowing, it's energy. And if you go around some people, or you've been around some people and they drain you, that is a sign. Learn to really listen to your intuition. That is a sign that that person is draining you, that they're toxic. That is a sign that you're picking up a vibration from them that doesn't match with yours. So what you do is you remove yourself. You have limits to how much you may see that person, like if it's a family member. But me personally, I don't care. My energy is my source. So it doesn't matter the title of family member, boyfriend, whatever. If that is what a person is doing to me, I can't give them access to my being. So again, be selfish. A lot of new beginnings are disguised as painful endings. And this beautiful picture from consciousminder.com with all the butterflies, like butterflies for me signify new life, new beginnings, and it just makes me feel at peace when I see one, like as if I'm going in the right direction. And although unicorns can seem childish, for me they're very magical. Whenever I see this picture, it speaks to me and says, "Nah, Anna, who do you think you are?" And my response is, I am too magical for your bullshit. So being a unicorn, being someone who knows their strength, knows their power, knows what they're willing to tolerate, is a part of the goodbye. Because goodbye always means that someone doesn't want you to leave, because you're all these things we've discussed already. Who is going to really want to lose out on a person like that? So you have to have your unicorn power that just forges ahead and says, I don't care, I'm too magical for your bullshit, I'm out. Now, whilst you might feel like stuck or lost because maybe you don't have a lot or didn't have a lot going on in your life, and this is what all of the people, places and things were about, habits, bad habits were about. I've got the astrology planets here: Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Pluto. It could be alchemy, it could be science, it could be chemistry, it could be beauty, it could be anything, but learn something. Start to pick something up and learn. Start to read, start to skill up, start to open your mind, your vocabulary, expand your consciousness. You're going to need something to do, something to focus on. So it might as well be something you enjoy, something you maybe can start a business from, something to say hello to, okay? Because we've said a lot of goodbyes. Now this is something we have to start. You have to find that thing to say hello to. As much as they want to hide it, this universe belongs to us. We have powers, we are connected to it all, and we are the creators of our own reality. But because this is not taught to us, we do not see it, we do not believe it. But through watching my channel, through reading, educating yourself, empowering, through other people, you will learn this more and more and more. So if this is the first you've ever heard, You can't live in ignorant bliss, because I've told you now. This world, this universe is already yours. Everything that you need and want is already within you. So stop outsourcing your power. We are alchemists. So here's my challenge to you. If you don't know what alchemy is, or you don't know what an alchemist is, then write this down and go and do some research on it, so that if anyone asks you, or you might want to bring up this as a topic to talk about it, get comfortable with what is alchemy. And once you learn this and you start to go the wrong direction, you better say this to yourself: God, if I'm ever chasing the wrong things, realign me. Sometimes we look to material things to give ourselves value. That is the wrong thing. We are not our material possessions. So before you're ever going to be granted great material wealth, you have to know your spiritual power inside of you. You have to understand that spirituality is more than materialism, and you will get granted and rewarded and gifted material things to assist your life once you're doing good. Once the material items do not consume you, you will get all the abundance you want. But if you're chasing the wrong things, then God help you, and I mean that respectfully. So don't make the mistake. Don't be comparing yourself and watching other people and what they have. You don't know how they got it. You don't know what they did to get it. Just be satisfied and confident knowing that the universe got you and you'll get yours. Here on this chart, you've got 6 things to let go of. Get real with these 6 things. Write down and stick to the plan, okay? I've got a video called The Ego in You, so you can watch that if you are struggling with, well, what is my ego? How do I let go of that? Or what is that doing to me? But everything else, I think you'll be able to map that out on your own. Paradigm shift, one of my favorites. So this is, to me, is like you've been in a hamster wheel, because you keep doing the same old things and you're doing it from a place of teachings or what you think is the right thing to do, and you're not being your authentic self. So saying goodbye, you end up shifting the paradigm for yourself, and then you start to go on a different timeline, and this is the direction where you can meet your higher self, and you will attract so much good things in this life, things that you think you wouldn't even be worthy of. And that's another word, worthy. You are worthy of everything. Put that in your new vocabulary. You are worthy. You are full of worthiness. Who's ever watched After School 100? They're amazing. Get onto YouTube, and no, I'm not being paid to say this, it's genuinely how I feel from my heart. Get onto YouTube and have a look. They tell beautiful stories, universe stories, conscious stories through picture. Amazing. And this one is one of my favorites. I had to make you uncomfortable, otherwise you would have never moved. How many people do we know? How long have we been like this? It's like some people, unless their house burns down, God forbid, but they would never move. They would never make a move if something tragic doesn't happen. Don't let this be you, okay? Just start to get uncomfortable with things that are happening around you and just want to change them. Don't wait for the traumatic, dangerous, exaggerated circumstances to come before you do something about it. Promise me not to hide yourself when you're in pain. It's unfair that we laughed together but you cried alone. We do this all the time. We don't want to show anyone our weaknesses. We don't want to be a burden. We don't want to. And this, for me, sometimes is like the language of people who are suicidal. Now, if there's a conditioning somewhere where you must be strong, where you mustn't tell people your business, where you have to act like everything in your world is perfect, but it's not real, it's not the truth, and that will do you harm. Mental harm, it will do harm through your body, give you illnesses, conditions. So just be yourself. If you're not feeling happy, tell someone that you trust you're not happy. Do something to liven up your spirit. You know, just search for that inner child, whether it's baking cupcakes, whether it's playing a game of football, going swimming, having a jog, a run, dancing to music, putting on your old clothes from when you was younger and they can't fit no more because you're a big old adult now who's eaten way too many crisps. Like, whatever it is, just liven up and lighten up the moment, your spirit, everything. Your vibration will always take over, but you have to be facing the right direction. Okay, keep looking forward, stop crying alone. Now, from time to time, we're going to come up against this. We're going to come up against two directions. Which direction are we going in? Well, the direction on the right is very well lit up. You can see the floor marking all the way down, but the direction on the left hasn't been trodden very often. It's not a road that people normally take. Start to go the other road. You're familiar with the road on the right. It's well used. There's even a second part of it, if you can see, but the road on the left is not well used. Be different, be unique. Try to not do what others have done before you. Do what your intuition says. Follow your heart, follow your mind, follow your spirit. Just do something different and try not to keep going down the same old road. Now, some people wake up in this world, in this lifetime, sooner than others. It's not a competition, it's just about consciousness. So just because you took longer than others doesn't mean that you failed. You are right on time. Everything happens in divine, godly time. Okay, so never beat yourself up about how long it's taken you and why didn't you see this and oh, I'm so silly, because it had to be that way for you. It's your journey, so you're here now, and that's all that matters. That's all I want you to focus on. You're here now. Now, to end this video, I've left you with a question that somebody's asked me. Now, the viewer is obviously upset about something. It's quite sort of a negative question. It might be something that just keeps on happening. Maybe they're being taunted, bullied, and they just don't know. But the answer that I've given is brief and to the point, and you know when you're at the end or nearly at the end of your saying goodbye to say hello process, because your answers will become like this. You'll sum up situations and people just as quickly like this. So here's a few examples. Why is he or she staring at me so much? Oh my god, blah blah blah. But no, you don't stare back and start cutting your eye. What you do is remember that you have main character energy, and in main character energy, people will stare at you. So you expect this. So staring at you doesn't even matter. You don't even see it. Actually, if you're not stared at, then that might be worse. Who doesn't like a stare or two? Second example, learning to control your emotions. Learning not to let other people trigger you by saying some things, because people who've known you well will know the things that irritate you or get to you. So if someone brings up a sweet spot, which is obviously is a sore spot, then what you do is you learn to stay within your feminine energy or your masculine energy and just don't react. When people know that they can get you to react, they do it to you more. When they see it doesn't bother you, you're giving them homework. They have to now go and find something else, if they're around you enough to study you, to try and trigger you on. But if you're clever and smart enough, then what you do is you just learn to let it go over your head. It's not that you don't care or you're not being yourself, but what it is that other people don't control you. You control yourself. So that's another way of staying in your integral new you and saying goodbye to say hello. As always, it's been a pleasure being here with you, and welcome to my Anna's spiritual world. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sharing the most intricate parts of my life because my spirituality is a big part of me. So enjoy this channel and spread your love and light, obviously with discernment, to people who you meet in this world. Take care, stay blessed. Bye.
Can we keep this high alive tonight?